Hello and welcome to our today's topic. Hi, Vishal.
Ah, yeah.
We are talking today about residential design considerations for homeowners.
Okay.
And we start with a quick round, and you basically answer really instinctively, and fast,
Okay.
and
Let me
with as
try.
less words possible. Good design starts with aesthetics. True or false?
True.
Bigger house or better layout?
Better layout.
Open plan living, overrate or essential?
It's essential, but it needs to satisfy your personal needs.
It's always like a comma. Like essential would be enough.
Essential. Okay.
More windows always mean better design, yes or no?
No.
Should homeowners design for resale value? Yes or no?
No.
Is natural light more important than room size?
Yes.
Can bad layout ruin your beautiful house? Can a bad layout ruin it?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's the first round. So
I'm getting better at this.
you're getting better at this. Um, myth or reality?
Okay.
If a house looks beautiful, the design must be good.
Myth.
Adding more square meters always improves a home.
Myth.
Most people know what they want from their house.
Myth.
You can fix layout problems later during construction.
Myth.
Open plan living works for every family.
Myth.
I like the statements. It gives it really, like, I think it helps a lot of people to have the right perspective.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, short
I'm
answer.
not, yeah, short
Absolutely.
answer. I'm not explaining
Full
anything.
stop. Okay, here comes the 60-second challenge. So you can have basically your answer up to 60 seconds. Explain in 60 seconds a good residential design.
Okay. Is it the one where we extending the property or something? Yeah.
Well, it's a
Of
residential design. It's residential design in general. So what
yeah.
is for you in general a good residential design?
Okay. I think the question needs to be okay. Let me answer. So, if we just take a typical British house, which is a semi-detached house with a three-bedroom, okay, so and you're looking to extend that property, so what will be a good design for that is as you enter the house, you should be able to see all the way through back to your garden, so you have a sense of feeling that what is the depth of the house is, okay, plus the garden looking into it. Okay, typically left hand side if the house is semi-detached on the right hand side one. Yes, so you will have a living room. After that, you will have WC and a utility room, and then you walk into an open plan kitchen dining space, okay, which is already been extended. And on the side of that, okay, if the house is got enough square meters on the ground floor, you should be able to fit a downstairs office or a study room or a reading room or something like that as well. So
Okay.
that is an ideal thing for me.
Okay. What makes a home feel right the moment you walk in? Oh, I know the answer.
You know, the answer is the one which I always say you should be able to see all the way through and a lot of natural light coming into that lobby area. So if you're walking into a house in a summer mid afternoon, you shouldn't be switching a light on. It should be naturally when natural light should be pouring in from somewhere.
Amazing. That was 20 seconds.
Oh.
What is the biggest mistake homeowners make when planning a renovation?
Yes. So the big mistake is they don't, to save cost, they don't take the structural wall out, which is at the back of the house, and they leave the kitchen where it was originally built. So, and the reason they do it to save cost in terms of, the structure of the building. And the other thing they get scared of is moving the gas pipe or some plumbing from the kitchen side. So they always think, oh, leaving the kitchen there will be actually better because all the plumbing and all the services is already there and we just extend it outside. Okay, which makes the extension looks quite nice. But what at the same time, what does happen is the new kitchen will always be very, very dark, which
Okay,
is not appealing.
interesting. Okay. And just like checking here my timer as well, obviously, that I keep the 60 seconds.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm keeping up to time.
You, yeah, I'm a good timekeeper. What makes a house future-proof for you?
Ooh. If you can make a multi-purpose room on a ground floor, which can be for a young family, that can be a kid's playroom, okay, or when you grow up, or the kids grow up, and there's like a work from home space. So a spare room on a ground floor, which can be used as a multi-purpose, and as the time goes, when the kids are small, that can be a playroom. Later on, when you go back to the your working life, that can be worked as a home office. And later on in your life, that can become a snug room where you just want to go quiet and watch TV or something. So
Okay, amazing. You are good on time today. Amazing. And what makes a home comfortable for you in the long term?
comfortable for um I think that can change to client. Okay. But making sure when you're designing, you do look at a longer version and understand that how long you actually staying in that house. So, an example, if you are in your late 50s and you're looking to get an extension and you know you're going to be in the house for next 15, 20 years, okay, so make sure the size of the doors and other things which you are actually putting into making sure if you have any physical need in the house later on, so you all of those things are be can be adapted accordingly, which is like, if you need to be on a wheelchair, so the size of the corridors are slightly wider, the doors are wider, you've got pocket doors to make your life easier later on.
Okay, amazing. Just in time, was a minute.
Okay, well,
The time outside was already in place. Great. Okay, we have some real life scenarios. A homeowner tells you, I just want a bigger kitchen. What is the first thing you look at?
oh, first thing is why. Okay, so is it because you need a bigger kitchen because your existing kitchen is quite small, or you're not able to fit that many people in that sort of environment? So first question is that, why you want to do it? Is there another alternative in the existing property which we can actually remodel and give you the same thing and save you cost on that? And but if they have already made a mind saying they need the extra space for this, and this, okay, yes, we go ahead and extend it. But to be honest, 9 out of 10, where the client think they want the kitchen and things to go, there's always a better option to do somewhere else as well. But this is where we come in to give those ideas to the client.
Okay. Someone says we want more space. What questions do you ask before designing anything?
Um, think the same that you need more space, but why you need that space for? Okay, if you need a space for work from home, okay, people say yes, we need a work from home. We're going to work from a dining table. Okay, I think COVID time, yes, people did work from the dining table. Okay, people do still work from a dining table, but that's not good for your back because we all done that, and then you realize, a few weeks later, my back's aching. So if you are designing something and if you are remodeling the house to adapt that, making sure your office or study room, wherever you're doing it, is got a sufficient space around it. It's just not a box on a corner where you're just saying just go and sit somewhere and work 8 hours a day.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, every time when you get a question or an order, your first question is always starts with why.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There needs to be a reason, why you're doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good point as well for everybody who wants to have something differently. What is the real
Yeah.
need and not,
Yeah.
not only
Many
serve
years
it
ago, I
like,
worked on a project where a client had some drawings done from somebody. It was very sketch-based drawing, but they actually had a home office under a staircase. And I'm like, what sort of work you do? It says, "We do this." And I'm like, how many hours you work in a day? It said about 8 to 9 hours, if they're full time. I said, imagine you are under a staircase, seeing this on the top of your head for nearly 8 hours a day with no natural light in there.
yeah,
And it just was a light bulb
like,
moment for him, like, oh
was
yes,
he
that's not a good
Harry Potter
space.
fan? Was he a Harry Potter fan?
Possibly, yeah. But it honestly, it did not ended up like that. We changed the design and put that room somewhere else, and that becomes a cloakroom.
Okay.
It was literally that small.
Wow. Okay, next scenario. If you walk into a house and something feels wrong immediately, what are you usually noticing first?
If something is wrong,
What bothers you the most when you're walking in a house? Like from the vibe, like that you feel, okay, something's off
yeah.
here.
Um, Look, that is my job to make sure that if that is what the client is looking for, to resolve that. But I don't shy of telling people, saying, look, I felt that, when you walk into the house, I felt these things were not right.
Yeah, but what
I
is
know
it?
you're asking me to do this, but let's have a look at this as well. So that thing, go on, sorry.
But what is this? Give me an
What is this?
example.
When you enter the house, okay, and you don't have a storage space for your shoes and things like that. So you see all the shoes and everything is just cluttered on the entrance, and you can't even open the full door. Yeah, so that means there's a lack of storage in your lobby area. Okay, so making sure if you're reconfiguring that layout, so you design something which like a small storeroom or something or a cloakroom where all of those things can go.
Okay, this is a really good point. What really like having the German designs usually, they always have usually a space where you can put everything in. That was really surprising for me. That's not a typical thing in the UK that you have when you come into a house.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it was a change.
it's a yeah, yeah.
It was a change for me to have
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. If you go to the bigger houses, 4 or 5 bed, they will always have that. But the smaller houses, because of the space constraint, that
Yeah,
thing is not there.
but it's yeah. Or the washing and laundry, like the laundry room, basically. It's another, but anyway, it's another thing that I'm just missing out
It's
here.
missing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would not call all bedrooms a bedroom from the size, but anyway, this is just like
That's why the third
the
room is always
perspective that
called a
I learned in
bathroom.
Germany.
So,
What design decision homeowners underestimate the most?
ooh, I would say a downstairs WC and a utility room. Yeah.
Okay.
This is something they don't think about it enough. And they know that it will be good to have it, but I'll try my best if I can explain to the client saying, why these two rooms are quite important downstairs. Okay, because when you're extending, that means number of people going into the house is bigger. You're gonna invite your friends and things. At that time, you don't want them to go upstairs and use your main bathroom. Okay, utility room again. in an open plan kitchen dining space, you don't want a washer dryer to be going when you're watching TV.
Yeah.
You do need a space for a utility. Yeah, but people just don't think it. But when it comes to designing it, we go like, could we have a look at that, please? So,
What usually causes homes to feel awkward or disconnected?
extensions not been designed with a proper thoughts. So, which we were explaining. Imagine you walk into a house, you got a living room. The back used to be the kitchen dining space. That's where they put the kitchen. They have not taken the back of the house out, and now they extended it 3 meters, 4 meters, or whatever. And now they have a dining room with a small sofa. So suddenly you become three pockets into the house. First is your first living room, then your kitchen, then your dining, and a small living room or a family space. But none of them's got any connection whatsoever. So
Mm-hmm.
somebody's
Okay.
cooking, somebody's watching TV in the front, somebody's playing there. They are literally living in different pockets, which is not
Okay.
good design.
Okay. Let's have the architect's eye, basically.
Hmm.
So put your glasses on. What do you notice first when you enter a poorly designed house?
Um, lot of exposed structure, which is your original uh, structural walls of the house and lighting.
Okay. When somebody has a really small budget, because I know we have already this question already answered somewhere. But what small design makes the biggest difference on an everyday life when you have somebody with a really low budget, for example? What design would you recommend to make the
Ooh,
most difference in the house?
a garage conversion,
Hmm.
I would say, because that is the structure is there, the roof is there, everything, and you can achieve the required space within that environment, which is in a low budget, that is a go-to thing. Okay. The only downside of that is if you are living with smaller kids and people go like, okay, we need a playroom, absolutely fine. But when the kid grows and they need their push bikes and things like that, where are you going to be storing those? So
Mm.
making sure whatever comes out of the garage, you should have an alternative space in your property to put that stuff somewhere. Don't do the garage conversion and then later on think, oh, where I'm going to put bikes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, what room in the house is the most often designed wrong?
kitchen.
Great. What layout mistake do you see again and again?
Think we said enough is when people don't take the structural wall at the back out,
Okay, this is the same
and
thing.
that just it just kills it. Yeah,
Well, it's good that you come back to this point because Andrew's just stressed this point because it's really an issue and a lot of people are doing it. So,
yeah.
okay. What is one thing homeowners often believe that you disagree with?
Um, okay. They're quite. I get clients, when they are fixated in something, right? I want you to design something here. My simple answer to those is look, you employed me to do this redesign or extension for me. Okay, so let me do my job, what I think can be good for you. Okay, and give me the opportunity to design something which I feel will enhance the way you are going to be living in it. But if you want to go back and do what you think is right, okay, absolutely do it. But when I want to sleep in the nighttime, okay, I want to put my head on the pillow by thinking I've done my job properly.
Okay, amazing. So, what design principle do you never compromise on then?
Um, light.
Sorry again.
Natural light.
Natural light. Okay.
Yeah.
What makes you walk into a house and think, well, this works? Except of the natural light and the you can look through the garden.
Mhm.
I challenge you now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. As you walk in, there's enough space from the main entrance door to your staircase. Okay. And some natural light coming from the top, not there, which just shows the height and the depth of the property in that lobby area. And it just makes it, the house feels much more spacious.
Yeah. Okay.
That is. Sorry, I've got natural light coming back in there, but
That's totally fine,
it's
but it's
come
a
from somewhere
different one.
else.
It's a different one, and it makes sense. If someone is planning changes to their home right now, what is the one thing they should think about before they make a irreversible decision?
Speak to professional. Is I can't
You can't stress it enough, but
I
it's
can't
really
stress it enough. Okay, just get an opinion from somebody before you think like this is what I'm gonna do and start knocking walls down and getting contractors to do it and things. Okay, our fees are or any professional fees for the designer is a very fraction of amount of what you're gonna be spending in because once a mistake is done, you can't undo it. And if you've not taken a professional advice, okay, 9 out of the 10 time you will get that wrong. And if somebody tells you, you will regret it. And sometime you don't even realize what you have lost.
like talking to you and asking you so many questions, one thing, and I think that's a lot of entrepreneurs or service providers, whatever, have this in common. If the most difficult thing is to have clients, they have already made up their mind, they have already made this decision. So obviously, they should think deep enough why they want to change it and what the need is to change it, but be open minded enough to take on advice and not coming in with a made up decision already and find somebody who is doing it that way, but basically have an idea and be open minded enough to have advisors coming in and guide you to the right decision. And then
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
this is, I
And
think, like when we talk, like I always have the feeling, okay, they have already made the decision and they're just looking for somebody who is pulling it through, but this is not
yeah.
the right way to do it.
No, absolutely not. And I say that to the client. Say, look, end of the day, you're going to be living in. Okay, so I don't want you to have any regret. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I do my job properly
Yeah.
and give you all the options before it's even built. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 options. That's the reason we go with the unlimited changes in our design. I said, I'll throw you lots of options. If you don't like any of them, it's fine. Okay, but listen them out because you will understand few of them and you will start implementing those as
Yeah.
well. So, and it does happen. So,
Amazing. So I would say that was it for today.
thank
If
you.
there is any more like insights needed or more detail, everybody who's watching the video can click on the link below and read the article, or they can reach out to us.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Amazing. So have a great, yeah, I would say evening already, and talk to you the next time. Bye.
Bye.